Hello everyone and welcome to another exciting episode of the English Journey podcast. I'm your host Daniel, and today we're diving into a topic that so many of you care about deeply: how to become fluent in English. Now, I know many of you are struggling. You learn vocabulary but forget it quickly. You understand English but feel shy when speaking. Maybe you've been studying for years but still feel stuck. Don't worry, you are not alone. And today's episode might change the way you learn forever. Joining us is Sophie, a passionate English coach who has helped thousands of learners become confident speakers. Sophie, welcome.
Thank you, Daniel. I'm really excited to be here and to share some tips and real-life advice with all the amazing learners listening. Let's make English fluency a reality.
Let's start with something important. Sophie, in your words, what does it really mean to be fluent in English?
Great question. Many people think fluency means speaking perfect English, but that's not true. Fluency means being able to express your ideas naturally, without too much hesitation. You might make grammar mistakes, but if people understand you, that's communication, and that's fluency. Fluency is also about confidence, clarity, and consistency. It's about understanding and making yourself understood. And you don't need to speak like a native speaker to be fluent. You just need to speak often and without fear.
That's so true. I love how you said without fear. Fear is a huge block, right?
Absolutely. Many learners know enough English, but they stay silent. Fluency starts when you stop being afraid of making mistakes.
Let's talk about struggles. Sophie, what are the most common mistakes learners make when trying to become fluent?
One of the biggest mistakes is focusing only on grammar. People think, I need to learn all the grammar rules before I speak. That's wrong. You need grammar, yes, but speaking and listening every day is more important. Another mistake is studying passively. Watching English shows or reading is good, but if you never speak, you won't become fluent. Also, people give up too quickly. They want fluency in 1 month, but fluency takes time, just like learning to drive or play an instrument.
Exactly. It's not magic. You can't expect fluency without daily effort, and that brings us to habits.
Yes, daily habits are the secret sauce. I recommend my learners to speak English every day, even if it's to yourself. Listen to real English podcasts, YouTube, or music. Learn useful phrases, not just single words. Write a journal in English. And most importantly, shadowing, repeating what native speakers say, word by word.
I love shadowing. It's one of my favorite techniques. Learners, try it today. Find a short video, play one sentence, and repeat it exactly.
Exactly. That helps your pronunciation, rhythm, and confidence.
Sophie, what would you say to someone who is learning English alone?
Don't stay alone. Find people to practice with. Join online communities, WhatsApp groups, or local speaking clubs. Even better, get a speaking partner. It can be another learner. The key is regular practice. You don't need a native speaker. You need someone consistent.
That's so important. Listeners, if you're part of a group, drop your name and country in the comments. Let's connect.
Let's now talk about something very important: motivation, mindset, and patience. These 3 things are just as important as grammar or vocabulary. Why? Because if your mind gives up, your progress stops, no matter how many books you have. First, let's talk about motivation. Many people feel excited at the beginning of their English journey. They buy a new notebook, download apps, and say, this time I will learn English. But after 1 or 2 weeks, life gets busy, work, family, or other problems come, and slowly, they stop learning. That's why your motivation must come from inside you. Ask yourself, why do I really want to speak English? Is it because you want to study abroad? Is it to get a better job? Or maybe to help your children with their future? Maybe you want to travel without fear or understand your favorite movies. Your why is your power. Write it down. Put it on your wall. Read it every day. When you feel tired, your reason will give you strength. Second, let's talk about mindset. Many learners say, I'm too old, or I'm bad at languages, or it's too late for me. But those are just beliefs, not facts. There are people who start learning English at 50 or 60 years old, and they succeed. You have to change your story. Instead of saying, I can't, say, I will. Instead of, I'm not good at speaking, say, I'm learning to speak. Language learning is not about talent. It's about daily practice and a positive attitude.
That's so true. Sophie, I remember a listener from Brazil. She started learning English at 45 because she wanted to talk to her grandchildren in Canada. She practiced every day for 2 years, and now they talk in English every weekend. She didn't give up. It's amazing.
Exactly, Daniel. And this brings us to the third key, patience. Fluency doesn't come overnight. Some days will feel slow. You'll forget words. You'll feel shy. That's normal. Think of learning English like planting a tree. You water it daily, and at first, you don't see much, but slowly, it grows. Then one day, it gives shade and fruit. Learning takes time. So, to all learners listening, don't give up. Take small steps. Celebrate progress. If you learned one new word today, that's progress. If you understood 10 minutes of an English video, that's progress. Stay motivated, believe in yourself, and be patient. Your English will grow.
That was such powerful advice. Sophie, now, for our final section, let's get really practical. What are some tools, apps, and tricks that learners can start using today?
Great. Let's start with vocabulary tools. One of my favorites is Anki. It's a flashcard app that helps you remember new words using a technique called spaced repetition. You see the word today, then tomorrow, then in 3 days, and so on. This helps your brain remember faster and longer. You can create your own cards or download decks. Another great one is Quizlet. It's more visual and easier to use for beginners. You can also add pictures to your vocabulary, which helps you learn with your eyes and memory. For listening, I always recommend YouTube channels with subtitles, like BBC Learning English, or Speak English with Mr. Duncan. Also, try Youglish. You type a word, and hear how real people say it in different sentences. It helps a lot with pronunciation and usage. Now, for speaking, if you don't have a language partner, use apps like HelloTalk or Tandem. They connect you with other learners, or even native speakers. You chat, send voice messages, and some people even do live calls to practice. And remember, you don't need perfect English. Just try.
That's very helpful. What about writing? Many learners say they want to write better, but they don't know how to start.
Great question. For writing, start simple. Keep a daily journal in English. Write 3 to 5 sentences about your day. Today I woke up at 7 a.m. I had breakfast. I felt tired but happy. It doesn't need to be perfect. The goal is to use English. And if you want to improve your grammar, use Grammarly. It corrects your writing and explains your mistakes. You learn while writing.
What about tricks or daily habits?
Yes, here are some quick tricks that really work. Record yourself speaking for 1 minute each day. Then listen and try to improve the next day. Choose a phrase like, how's it going? Or nice to meet you, and use it 5 times in 1 day. Set your phone to English. It helps you see the language all day. Learn in small bites. 15 minutes a day is better than 2 hours once a week. Stick notes on objects in your house, mirror, door, cup. You'll see the words all the time. And my final tip, don't just consume English. Use it, talk, write, Think in English. That's when the magic happens.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel if you find this helpful.